Okay, so this is my current iteration of the Rishidan Pirates deck. Um, I love these cards. It's a vertical cycle. I believe that's the term for from Mercadian Masks. So there is a rare Rishidan Brigand, which is a 5 drop. When it enters, opponent sacks a permanent of their choice unless they pay 3 mana. Rishidan Brigands also happens to be a 3/2 flyer that can only block other flyers. The uncommon in the cycle is Rishidan Footpad, which is a vanilla 2/2, costs 1 less, it's a little smaller. And opponent sacks a permanent unless they pay 2. And then the last one in the cycle is the common. It's a 3 mana 1/1. Opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice unless they pay 1. And I actually used to play that, and I saw someone else, I think it was Romario Vidal, playing with his version of Pirates deck, and he had cut those, and I think he was right immediately. I was like, yeah, I just like assumed I was needed to be playing all 12, and it's hilarious because it's a brew anyways. But also, yeah, it was correct to not play those because it's so easy for an opponent to play around it, or they might just accidentally play around it. And I'm pairing the 8 pirates here. I've got 4 of the rares, 4 of the brigands, and 4 of the footpads, so 8 total. I'm pairing them with other forms of mana denial, but the Rishidan cut purse, the common, where opponent sacks a permanent unless they only pay 1. Too easy to play around, even with all the mana denial that I have here. So I've got 4 ports, 1 wasteland, um, 4 tangle wires, 1 icy manipulator, which I can tinker for, and occasionally a hoodwink also kind of acts as mana denial where I might bounce a land. It's definitely relevant in black vice games, but because it adds a card to their hand and slows down their ability to play their hand. But I think more important than anything is hoodwink is sort of like artifact enchantment hate. So these 6 cards right here are ways to answer Dreadnought. I can also tinker. Obviously, Dreadnought's the first thing I go to whenever I'm brewing a deck. How is this deck gonna fare against Dreadnought? Obviously, I can tinker for Icy Manipulator. That's something I like. So Icy Manipulator has a few roles in here. Also, I didn't mention I've got Winter Orb as mana denial. I don't have a ton of ways to break parity with Winter Orb. That's why I'm only playing 1, and it's actually something that I'm eyeballing as a potential cut, especially since I'm playing 61 cards. I've brought it in and out a couple times, but it's nice with Icy Manipulator. This Icy Manipulator taps down an artifact, creature, or land, so I'm tapping down Dreadnoughts, I'm tapping down Terrabors, opposing Exalted Angels, opposing lands, whatever. I can also tap my Winter Orb in my opponent's end step, and the Winter Orb, while tapped, it's got that old wording from Alpha and Beta, where if it's tapped, it's sort of like an old concept with a lot of these like static effect artifacts. I don't remember what they're called. Mono artifacts, poly artifacts, the continuous artifacts. I'll bet Winter Orb was a continuous artifact. Um, and when it's tapped, it doesn't work. So I go into my untap tap, I untap all my lands, I untap the orb, the icy manipulator, whatever. So that's kind of my way to break parity, and I can tinker for the orb or the manipulator, or I can, if the orb's out and I don't have a way to break parity, I can tinker it away, sack it to tinker. Um, it's usually not a good situation to be in if that's what's going on. But yeah, so I'm doing mana denial, pairing them with the pirates. Previously, I was also playing Fire Eyes because it taps a permanent, it taps my opposing taps opposing lands, taps again. It can do the Winter Orb trick where I tap my own Winter Orb. I can tap down a Dreadnought, buy myself the time to draw cards. It itself draws. I'll get another draw step. Hopefully, find a sword or a hoodwink, whatever, or just swing in more. Um, and also, I'm playing some number of City of Brasses plus Mox Diamond. So occasionally, I was firing things, which is relevant because in the like elves and little creature decks, in previous versions of this deck, little creature decks would just destroy me because they are happy to sacrifice one of their 7 elves to when I play a 5 drop, and that's a losing play. So I was like, how do I handle little things? So I mean, I'm playing 3 City of Brass, 2 Gemstone, and Dromar's Cavern. So maybe I should play Engineered Plague in the sideboard. That's definitely still an option. but I kind of found something that worked really well with the deck and has me excited right now. I added a tinker package, three tinkers, or maybe two. Again, I'm at 61, so maybe the move is to cut one of these tinkers because there's, as you can see, there's not a ton of artifacts to sacrifice, but usually I have an artifact in play that I'm happy to sacrifice, like a Tangle Wire that's down on counters, or a Black Vice when my opponent has already emptied out their hand, whatever. Or Phyrexian Furnace isn't always relevant against all decks. So I usually have something I'm happy to sacrifice to Tinker. So let's say I am facing elves or whatever. I can go get a Triskelion. This was a brand new idea I had that just works with some of the other synergies in the deck really well. So it's got 3 bullets, enters with 3+1 counters, remove a +1 counter, kill a birds, kill an elf. And then now when my pirates land, they might hit something that's a little more precious. My opponent has fewer permanents. So Triskelion kind of answers a lot of issues that the deck was having in the main, while also providing a little more oomph that the deck sometimes has an issue with. And where it kind of goes well synergy wise with what the deck already was doing was I was playing a couple Liberates, which is a fun way to just, if I have a pirate in play and I want to just flicker it, I can liberate it. This one's instant speed. There actually is a card called Flicker from Urza's Destiny. It's a rare from Urza's Destiny that flickers any creature, but it's done at sorcery speed. Here, Liberate is in an instant, so I can rescue a pirate, or I can jump block with a pirate on a Phyrexian Colossus. I don't know, some fatty, a Ravenous Baloth, more likely. I don't know. And flicker it, or I can save it from removal. Or what I've been doing for a little while is I morph an angel, and then I liberate it. I flicker it, and it comes back face up. So it's like a cheap way to get a surprise angel. I can do all these things in response to removal is definitely a big thing. Angels I found were really important because not everyone splashes a color in their blue pirates deck, but I really wanted to. I wanted to ended up splashing white for the cards you can see, and the costs of splashing a color in an already ancient tomb deck are hurtful, painful. I'm playing 4 Adakar Wastes, 3 City of Brass, and 4 Ancient Tunes, and the damage definitely adds up. So I like the life gain that Exalted Angel provides. I usually lose turn 1 against Burn anyways, but rocking 4 chills, so I don't know. And the hope is that Angel plus chill, I'll be fine. Just Skelly also pretty good against Jackal Pubs and Grim Lavamancers. I definitely do fine games 2 and 3 against Burn. A couple Mox Diamonds for acceleration. But yeah, Liberate worked well with Exalted Angel, it works well with the Pirates, and it also resets as Triskelion. So after I've shot off the 3 bullets, I can liberate a Triskelion. I'm down to only 1 Liberate, just because I'm trying to squeeze in a lot. I have to keep the artifact count high enough for the Tinkers. In fact, I'm going to go to 60 cards. I'm going to remove one of the Tinkers. I don't. Yeah, 2 Tinkers with kind of 13 sackable artifacts is probably better. I don't want to go too high on Tinkers and not have enough sackable artifacts. But yeah, so Tinker goes and finds Triskelion. I shoot 3 things. I liberate it, or I liberate a pirate, or I liberate a face down Exalted Angel. And then here's a fun card that I've been having some surprising amount of success with. Sack a creature, any creature. I have to target a different creature. So, for example, I could sack one of these vanilla 2/2 pirates that's just sitting in play, not really doing anything against wall roots or whatever. Sack it, targeting a Triskelion that I've already shot off the bullets with. So now I go get the other Triskelion, or I can go get another Exalted Angel. Here's another card, Nova Cleric, that often could be fodder for Mask of the Mimic. So yeah, I'm really liking Mask of the Mimic. Playing just 1 because my creature count isn't crazy high, so I don't want to be finding these without having creatures in play to sacrifice to it. But also, again, a good card to do in response to removal. So whatever creature of mine that is getting swords, I can sack it to Mask of the Mimic and go get a copy of whatever other creatures on the board, for example. Squeezing in a couple Nova Clerics. It's a card that I kind of like. It's hard to. So I like it against Goblin Lackey. It doesn't die to turn 1 Lackey, turn 2 Jump Palm, or turn 1 Lackey, turn 2 Mog Fanatic. So it's got 2 toughness, so it's very relevant. Sticks around to block Lackey even through their usual turn 2 removal. It also wipes away a lot of enchantments, or all enchantments. I don't play enchantments in the main, so if my opponent is on Enchantress, they have no problem sacking stuff to the pirates. They always have spare permanents. They have like 3 explorations, 2 Miri's Guile, whatever it is. They're happy to sack things. They're unperturbed, wild growth, whatever. So Nova Clerics can sort of go way up on permanents quickly, of course. Granted, they have a lot of removal, so they could. It's not that hard for them to swords or parallax wave this thing, but whatever. It's a tool. Um, yeah, that's about it. It is a little risky. Again, I have 9 colorless sources between the 4 tombs, 4 ports, 1 wasteland. That leaves 14 colored lands. Am I getting that right? Yeah, 14 colored lands, 3 of which are islands, so there's only 11 white sources, 2 of which are Dromar's Cavern, so there's only 9 white sources. Am I even counting that right? Yeah, 4 Adakar Waste, 3 City Brass, 2 Gemstone Mine. That's 9 plus the 2 Mox Diamond. So 11 reasonable turn 1 white sources for Nova Cleric or Swords. So to call Nova Cleric and answer against Lackey is optimistic. It means I have to get one of those 11 white sources turn 1. So I acknowledge that it's potentially not going to be all that I'm hoping it is against Goblin Lackey, but here it is. Whatever. Sideboard, couple disenchants. Enough said. Helpful against Dreadnought, etc. 4 chills. Goes well with the Mondo Denial plan. I need help in the red matchup. These things just work extremely well. Aura Flux is a little pet card of mine. It's good against Enchantress, which I am hoping will have shot off their Seal of Cleansings on some of this stuff already, like a Black Vice or Tanglewire. And then Aura Flux can come in. Again, it works well with the Mana Denial, but even more importantly, it can sort of just wipe an Enchantress board or just make life very hard for them. 1 Hibernation for the Swarming Green decks. Again, we still need, even though I'm playing Triskelion that I can tinker for, I still need help against those decks. They can sack a Call the Herd to my Pirate. I paid more mana, and they still are just going to bring out another Elephant. So, Elephants are an issue. Those Wall of Blossoms, just Elf decks, all that stuff is an issue. Hibernation helps. Mana short, helpful against control, as are the 3 defense grids. Curse Totem, good against Madness, because Waterfront Bouncer, whatever. Wild Monger, all that stuff is an issue. Even Burn potentially, and definitely Elves. And then a couple more Black Vices. Black Vices 3 and 4. There's still those 2 main. So yeah, that's what I'm working with. Let's see if we can get some matches. Okay, on the draw, this hand is risky. It's got a high curve. Yes, a Mox Time to accelerate, but not really like the lands to back it up. In fact, the lands are really fragile. Mask of the Mimic doesn't really do anything right now, so I'm going to mull. As scary as it is, this one's okay. Mox Diamond is a way to help break parity with the Winter Orb. I'm actually going to keep the Mox Diamond. Get rid of Gemstone. More interested in drawing that later. This hand is sus. But if I'm playing, I don't know, if I run into Goblins or Elves, I could turn 1 Tinker for Triskelion. That's not happening. Instead, potentially playing against Dreadnought, Grotog, Stasis. I don't know if Tide Control plays Portent. I don't think so. I think they try to be more instant speed and they hold a Force Spike. Because they're psychos! Yeah. But yeah, Winter Orb is not amazing Mana Denial against Dreadnought because they have Gushes and Days. But there it is. And I'm in no rush to play out the Mox Diamond City of Brass. I could have if I was worried about playing around Days there, but I wouldn't have minded that. So, and I can play the Mox Diamond whenever I want. As soon as I get another land, yeah, that's a good one. Now I am going to play it out because I wouldn't mind starting to port them. If they want to counter this, then they're down 2 land, or they have to tap 2 lands and they're only going to get 1 back next turn. But yeah, again, Gush can help reset their tapped lands at any point. And this Tinker, I'm definitely thinking about definitely thinking about getting an Icy Manipulator to tap my orb, tap their Dreadnought. Yeah. I would love it if they start tapping lands here. Ooh, they're peeking. So this is a new tech that I've been reading about in Dreadnought. And let's tap this land. Doesn't matter if we do it in my end step or their upkeep because Winter Orb says they only get one on tap anyways. Do kind of gotta watch out for a Chain of Vapor. Chain of Vapor on Mox Diamond would hurt. If I can resolve a Brigand, I'll be feeling pretty good. Tanglewire and Winter Orb is deadly. We get to untap the one land and Mox Diamond. Okay, drawing another one of those is no help, but they missed their land drop too, so do I care about... No, this is a nice little setup I have going on, so I'm gonna pass to their upkeep this time. Although passing their upkeep allows them 2 mana to like play an accumulated knowledge. So I actually wish I had tapped them before they were able to have 2 mana. Once they play a third land, I'll start thinking about Tanglewire. Really wish I had a Black Vice out. Black Vice is also a pretty good tool against Dreadnought. Okay, they're going to clean up. Vision Charm. Down the drain. Okay. That, I mean, I could wish it in Brigand around days right now. Let's try it. If they foil it, feels good, I think. Makes me feel like my Tinker is gonna land. Okay, wow, they are missing land drops. Oh, they're gonna stifle the ETB. Okay, I still have a 3/2 flyer. And I effectively got the port that I tapped out of anyways. If they miss a land drop here, I can see a concession coming soon. Okay, they got a land drop. They're paying, they're making a Dreadnought. The fact that they thought so much about the Brigand makes me feel like they do have foil, in which case I am nervous about my ability to land the Tinker for Icy Manipulator, which makes me kind of want to play Tanglewire, but it actually, if either of them gets counted, I'm dead because I am at 14 and I'm probably tapping a Tomb to play Tangle or Tinker. So start swinging. Do I go get the Icy Manipulator? No, because I don't want to sack any of these things. How would it play out if I played Tanglewire? Tomb, Diamond, let's say it resolves. They're going to untap one land and Dreadnought. They'll tap both. Then I go to my turn, I'll tap the Tanglewire. I'll tap an Ancient Tomb because I don't mind that. Okay, I feel like I have enough stuff to tap. Playing it around, and hopefully in the next couple turns, while I'm buying so much time with this, which is also stifleable, definitely something to consider. Hopefully in that time, I'll draw some more lands, and then be able to tinker away the Tanglewire for Icy Manipulator. Okay, is this getting stifled? And am I dead? I think it's resolving. Okay, yeah, it's resolving. Good. Winter Orb lets me untap one land. Stack the triggers so the fading counter removes first. Then I'm gonna tap 3 things. I'll tap one. Actually, let's keep the clock going. I'm gonna tap 2 lands. Wasteland's pretty good. I just need any mana sources. Next turn I can play Tinker around days. But every turn that I give them a draw, they're more likely to find foil. Gush, foil. Could just play another Tanglewire too. Yeah, Gush here would be scary. Natural land drop. So yeah, this turn I need to resolve another piece of disruption, whether it's Tanglewire or Tinker. And because of that, I'm gonna tap down the Brigand and the Tanglewire. So now I'm holding up 4 mana. 5 mana. I could, yeah, let's play around double days. I was thinking of hanging on to it, but okay, so yeah, the question is another Tanglewire. Definitely things are good. Yeah, no, if they ever Chain of Vapor me, I can bounce their Dreadnought at this point, so I think just more Tangle? Let's just keep doing that. Tap Tomb as opposed to these 2 lands, even though it would have saved me 1 life to tap these 2 lands. Tomb means I'm only tapping 1 land in the face of my Winter Orb. Days, yeah, I'll pay. Double days would be scary. Oh, are they just picking up a land so they can foil? Yup, they discarded that island and impulse, and now I'm dead. Because they can untap one land. Oh, they're tapping. They shouldn't tap right now. Because then the Dreadnoughts are gonna get tapped to the Tangle Wire. Basically, when they had one untapped land. Oh, yeah, that's good. Interesting. That's a nice little trick. So ignore what I was saying. They were fine here anyways, but maybe they wanted to like hold up counterspell in case I've got swords. They haven't seen what this City of Brass is splashing for, but they're playing it safe. Okay, dead. I don't really think there was much else I could have done that game to my advantage. Okay, Dreadnought cards. Disenchants. Defense grids for sure. They didn't see the pirates. Mana short, kind of helpful. Black Vice, yeah, also helpful. Cards that aren't so good. Furnace, sometimes I play a Flash of Insight. Furnace also is just something I can sack to Tinker or can just cycle, or it taps to Tangle Wire. I still like the two Tinkers, even though they're a liability in the face of counter magic. Hopefully, I can just work my way around it. Take out the Nova Clerics. Take out the big Ultraskellions. There aren't a bunch of little 1/1s I need to be popping with that. Mox Diamonds, I appreciate the acceleration still, and it helps break parity with Winter Orb, but considering taking out Winter Orb altogether, it helps a little bit. Mask of the Mimic coming out because I have fewer creatures in general, could both target and sack to it. I've already decided out 4 creatures. I'll keep in the big Exalted Angels, just helpful. Liberate, yeah. Hoodwinks, of course, can bounce an artifact such as Dreadnought. Mox Diamonds I'm kind of looking at those. I am actually also looking at Exalted Angel as a potential cut. Let's cut one. Liberate, I think, could be good. Okay, maybe the Mox Diamonds. They are white sources. I'm down to 9 white sources. Maybe it's the furnaces. I don't know if they do enough. Flash of Insight and maybe AK Hate, but beyond that. Okay, down on win cons. Landing an Icy Manipulator would be helpful, but yeah, Vision Charm and Stifle both help push the Dreadnought through it. So I do need a clock, so it's a little scary to cut so much. Okay, we have 3 answers to Dreadnought. Gotta keep it. Also an Exalted Angel. Or should import to just bother them. Also have the white source for all this stuff. Did I keep in the Liberate? Oh, trying to remember. Yes. Start with a port. Next turn I'll probably play the other port, start porting them, and then maybe I'll draw an Ancient Tomb and be able to double port. Okay, Island's fine. I'll still keep doing this just in case I draw the Ancient Tomb next turn to double port them. They hit their land drop. Okay, I'm drawing lands as well. Keep porting. I really wish I had a Black Vice going. So they're floating and casting a spell. I would love to draw one of my pirates here. A smaller one. So they impulsed and drew. Yeah. Draw a card. I think I'm just gonna stick to the plan of double porting for now. They still don't know what the City of Brass is for, so. Okay, gotta do the porting correctly. So I'll do 1 in the upkeep. I should have actually. It's in case they float. I don't think my opponent floated there, but if they float and then you tap another, then they can just tap their 2 lands and cast an impulse or an AK or whatever. But by splitting it up between upkeep and draw step, if they were to cast a 2-drop, they'd end up with 3 tapped lands altogether after the draw step, if that makes sense. Okay, cool, double port. No spells were cast. Are they missing a land drop? They missed a land drop. I like that. Ooh, I like that a lot. I can double port and Black Vice. I could also just morph the Angel. Okay, they're finally gonna know that I have white. Black Vice. Just don't foil me. Just don't foil me. Because foil not only kills the Black Vice, but it gets their hand way down. -3 cards. Okay, they're gushing, which if it doesn't work, then then they have 10 cards in hand. Like if they don't find a foil right here, then they're gonna take 6 in their upkeep. Holy cow! If they had the foil, they would just do it, right? Maybe they're lagging. I don't know. They're just They're moving kind of slow. All right, they've got the foil. Okay. Because of that, I only have one land to port, so I'm just gonna kind of let it be. Let's hold that up just cause. Play a morph creature. Next turn, unflip it and swing. I like that. And I'll have a port. Exalted Angel versus Dreadnought race. Let's say they come in at the same turn. Do I win if I swing with Exalted Angel first? 24, 16. Then I go to 12. Then I go to 16. They go to 12. Then I go to 4. Then I go to 8. They go to 8. They would actually still win if they play a Dreadnought next turn and counter all my disruption. Okay, it's in there. Let's go. And they discarded a Flash of Insight to the foil. So, relevant. Definitely something that, yeah, here it is. We seeing a Vision Charm? And if so, should I Swords? And we're seeing a Stifle. Okay, I'm going to keep playing around days. Even though, yeah, I shouldn't play into days here. Would they have sided them out? Dreadnought players are down to like 2 days on average. Let's play around days. Okay, more City of Brass. I am gonna Swords. Have to take one anyway, whether I tap a Darker Waste or City of Brass, so let's get the City of Brass pain out of the way, and then I may use this for colorless, but at least it's just, it's not gonna happen with the hand that I have, but just sorta, good fundamentals. And yeah, I did the math. If I had flipped this Exalted Angel and just swung, and they had swung with Dreadnought, they actually win the race. Even with me getting the first swing and gaining life and all that, it takes 5 hits. Okay, they're foiling. Good. Now, that's the one I wanted foiled, and now I think my Disenchant is gonna be good. So, they're not gonna gain life. They can't foil. They only have 2 cards in hand. That Flash of Insight is gonna be pretty good. Pretty helpful for them to rebuild. I am gonna tap them in their upkeep, port them in their upkeep. So if they want a Flash of Insight, they gotta do it now. Okay, Flash of Insight, X is 6. All the blue cards they have. Feeling like that I'm in a solid position. Solid here. They can't Dreadnought me this turn. I worry about Chain of Vapor. But, yeah. Once I get this Angel flipped, and then as long as I can dodge Chain of Vapor, I'll be feeling good. What is this? 1 drop right now? Portent, okay. Portent targeting themselves. Reasonable. And Flash of Insight does not reveal whatever card you select, so I don't know what they have. Really is like Demonic Tutor. Demonic. They did hit a land drop too, for what it's worth. Icy Manip, pretty good against Stifle Knot. Okay, let's play a land, turn this thing face up, and I can hold up out of car wastes. Port them once their turn. Hold up out of car wastes. Look like I've got a swords or something. Feeling good. Black Vice. So I'm just already thinking about game 3 where I'm gonna be on the draw. Black Vice, not amazing on the draw. It did do. Oop, forgot to tap them in the upkeep. It did do some work this game in that they foiled it. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, here's the Dreadnought. I have 2 answers again in hand. They can't foil the Disenchant I'm about to send at them. They might concede here. I could see it. Followed by double port. Even if this Disenchant is somehow countered, I do have just Icy Manipulator chilling right there. But I'm going to keep double porting. I'd rather do that than play this out, and they don't know about this yet. They don't know about how bad Tinker could be for them. So I'm just going to keep hiding the tools I have, keep porting. It's a good position. Definitely worried about game 3, obviously. I forgot to double port, but fortunately they passed into combat, and there we go. More lands, sure. We're definitely winning a Dreadnought race now, even if I had complete blanks in my hand. Do I play it out now? I still don't think so. We're chilling. Okay. Porting, they did not float, so let's just do it again. They really should float, because it would incentivize me to wait till their draw step, and then who knows what they draw, an impulse or whatever. Okay, they drew a land. I drew a land. Show them the land, even though I could wait for a Mox Diamond. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, it's Angel's still not getting bounced. I'm still forgetting to port in the upkeep properly. They did float. Okay, do your thing. Alright, well, they just played something without waiting for me to port or not. Actually, it makes sense, because if they had passed there, they have first priority, so if they had passed and I passed, then their mana would have been wasted, so all good. Sure, that resolves, and then I just port the other one. So unless they have land, Dreadnought, Enabler, they can't do anything. I don't even know what the heck. They got Chain of Vapor? I don't know why we're playing at this point. They could have targeted me for information, but they're tapped out against a lethal threat. They should have reported me. I was trying to trade for Monkey Cage earlier. I don't know why that just came up. Okay. 1-1. Does anything change? I saw the flash of insight, so maybe Furnace, but like maybe on the draw, it's better than Black Vice. Black Vice is still kind of scary for him, especially with my Mana Denial, which didn't show up. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with it. It was nice to have a fast clock in Angel. Turn one defense crew is what I want. That hand was great because it had so much removal. Liberate only targets my own creatures, by the way. I can't flicker a Dreadnought, that'd be great. For a while, I was playing one Parallax Wave in here because it's got nice disruption, can clear my opponent's board temporarily so the pirates can like hit lands. It also flickers my pirates, flickers Angel. Double white is tricky in a deck that already sometimes whiffs on single white. Okay, we got Mana Denial, we got Acceleration Port, and Removal, and one creature. So I'm gonna keep no Black Vice, but I can turn one and be porting them. Okay, discard the City of Brass for sure. Ooh, are they? They have a null. Okay, it's fine. One for one. Not getting Dreadnought, unfortunately. Don't need more lands right now. I didn't see Mishra's Factory, and lately there have been lists playing Sabo's Web instead of Mishra's Factory. So hopefully we're not going to run into a Sabo's Web with the Port and Wasteland that I have. Nice. Okay, 2 answers to Dreadnought. I don't want to play into counter magic, so I'm just going to keep porting. Really wish I had a Black Vice. Did they mulligan? Because they only have 5 cards. No, they opened with 7. Okay, Gutch. Makes both Black Vice and Port a little better. Okay. Nothing scary right now. Do I just run a Tangle Wire out into... They're going to clean up. Do I just run a Tangle Wire out into what looks like a counterspell? I don't usually like to do that. Especially now that I have a Tinker. I'm also definitely worried about Solo's Web. Do have a... Hoodwink's a horrible answer for Solo's Web. I don't know if I want to just get counterspelled. If anything gets... Yeah, I don't know. If I was double spelling, I would be more interested, but I'm not. Like, Tangle Wire gets countered and then I play Black Vice, that'd be cool, but it's not where we're at. I'm going to tap down the Adakar Waste so that Wasteland can stay up. So, what I could do here is port right now, take them off counterspell, then jam the Tangle Wire, but that gets dazed and they're on the play, so still not comfortable with that. I'm still not double spelling, so let's just keep going. Yeah, Impulse. I'm hitting my land drops. Dromar's Cavern ensures that I hit my next 2 land drops. Also resets one of these lands in case I do get Sabo's Web, but Sabo's Web would just be horrible, and I don't have a good way to get rid of it. It would suck to waste a disenchant on it. But not time? No? They're still digging. I could also in the end step hoodwink one of their untapped lands, which is a bummer, but it helps. Actually, I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. This. And now I can play Rishidan Footpad, actually. Get a clock going, take out a land. Again, they have the option to foil, but I do not mind if one of these like if a Footpad or a Tangle Wire gets foiled. So yeah, now I'm playing around both days and counterspell, but let's make some blue. Pick up the City of Brass because that's the one I'm least or most interested in discarding to Mox Diamond potentially. Colorless. colorless, white. I'm playing around a null even. Play that. They sack something, and we have a clock. I think, unless this is getting foiled. They saw the 5-drop one, so this shouldn't be like too much of a shocker right now. But the more lands I kill, the better Tanglewire gets too. Oh, they are foiling it. Wow. Okay. They discarded foil and vision charm, which are both ways to protect Dreadnought, which I have 2 answers for. Still, hoping to dodge. Sabo's Web, holy mackerel. Yeah. Okay. So I could. This is a double spell situation. I got the land. I have 6 mana. Brigand gets counterspelled, and then I Black Vice, which gets dazed. I don't love that sequence. I kind of just prefer Tanglewire, and if it gets counterspelled, okay, it's getting annulled. Do I play around counterspell or daze here? I'm thinking about porting them. I'm gonna play around neither, and I'm just gonna play Black Vice. They might not care. They might just let it resolve. Totally reasonable, but at least now I have something to sack to tinker, and I'm holding up just to keep porting them. Yeah, Black Vice whiffs, but and I'm taking 1 to port them. Not ideal. Potentially not worth it. Am I worried about Parallax Tide? Actually, that's a consideration. So yeah, porting becomes a little more important there. Tide would be horrible. Okay, another Black Vice. I'm just gonna jam it. They were holding up 3 for Brigand, so just full counterspell. Okay, not that bad. Do I tinker right now? Wow, tinker for like Winter Orb? I'm gonna try to get a threat going first. This gets dazed, which I've been playing around all games, so to get dazed now is both likely and sad. But maybe they took out dazes seeing I kind of have a lot of mana. Is this gonna land? Ooh, it did. If they stifle it, that is not a good play. I don't think that's a good play. You need the stifle for Dreadnought, you need it for Tide if that's what you're doing. Tide time? Yep. So, I mean, I have a clock and I have a 1 mana answer. They've spent only 1 stifle. So, yeah. Even if they do have the stifle and just kill 5 of my lands, I'm 1 white source away from having the answer again. But yeah, this feels like they're about to stifle me. So maybe they had sufficient stifles and that last stifle wasn't so bad. They just were really trying to prioritize. That's nice. They were really trying to prioritize landing Parallax Tide, so they didn't want to sacrifice an island last turn. But I have a clock. I have a clock. Yeah. I don't. Maybe they don't have daze. They didn't daze me last turn. Yeah. Okay. They do have the stifle. Blam. But I'm clocking them. Clocking them good. Would love Winter Orb. Mana's pretty good. I am a little nervous about what's going on here. No, I will not sack a land. I am worried about another Tide, but they have 2 cards in hand. Well, just gonna play it out in case I draw a land next turn. Try the Brigand again. Yeah, Winter Orb would be nice. Punish them for tapping out. They're doing a big Flash of Insight flashback right now. They're in less than 5 minutes left. Yeah, X is 12 on this Flash of Insight. Okay. Oh, they do have Factory. Okay, then I have Wasteland. Portent themselves. Okay. Another port is good. Do I just run it? This Brigand out? No, because they have plenty of mana. I am gonna play it. Could Tinker here. Tinker away the Black Vice. Go get Icy Manipulator. It's a brutal 2 for 1, but they only have 3 cards in hand, so I'm starting to feel like maybe they don't have counter magic. In the exiled pile, there is 1 counterspell down and 1 foil and 2 annulls. Doesn't give me much confidence that this Tinker would resolve. It's kind of just not doing anything right now, though. Let's do it. We have a moment where it might work. If it does resolve, I can get Icy Manipulator, and I can Wasteland that, and then tap down one of their islands, and they will only have 3 going into their turn. So I'm a little less worried about getting tided. Granted, they could easily just play another land. Oh, I just ran it into a counterspell. Yep. Alright. Well, one less counterspell for the swords. And I mean, I don't like to win this way. It doesn't really feel like an accomplishment. I should have actually done this sooner. Actually, I don't even know if I should have done it at all. They animated the factory in response to my Wasteland. Oh, they made it an artifact. They're trying to save it. Okay. They see that as their win con right now. I wonder if they took out the Dreadnoughts. Yeah, I don't know if I should have done that at all because it makes it that much harder for Brigand to resolve. But yeah, they're very low on time, and I'm saying it's not a way that feels like a victory to just time them out. This isn't like a legacy league or something. If I get a land here, I think I will jam the Brigand. Ooh, not bad. Yeah, I'll play defense grid off of Tomb, and this way I can port that factory if they want to swing. I'm assuming they're lagging because you don't tank on a defense grid when you have 2.5 minutes on your clock. They're almost down to a minute and a half here. Okay, foiled. Discarding island and days. How are you gonna beat port on your factory? You gonna do it a bunch of times so I city of brass myself to death? Two factories definitely helps. Common conundrum with these factories is people like lose track of which one just came in, but it does say newly controlled versus whatever. So yeah, I will tap it. So instead of taking three, because I can pump it with this other factory. So instead of taking three, I take one from my city brass. So this probably is a good plan if they weren't so low. Yeah, sure. Slows the game down. So unless they play like another land, they can't swing at me. I'm not getting tided. Dang, they are going back and forth on which lands to tap. Okay, they did draw an island, and they presumably are swinging here with the factory. Do I play around days? No. Shooting this thing. Okay, resolved. Now I'm just gonna hold up port for the other one. Actually, I need one more land. Do I just take one? No, let's tap those three. I was thinking about if I draw a land, it would be nice to have the port on tap. Yeah, but then to do that, I would have had to tap the City of Brass and take a damage. All good. I'll take two here, and then port forever. Go to five. So yeah, I'm gonna win on time here, but it's not. It feels like a loss, nonetheless. But all good. It was definitely a really good match. Okay, another port. Pretty nice. There's no use importing the land and an island because they'd still have 4 mana for a potential tide. Yeah, they don't know how to respond to the Tangle Wire. They like floated a land and then yeah. Oh yeah, Tangle Wire plus port was gonna keep them away from tide anyway. Okay, GG's. You would have had it. Good games. Fun match. I'm gonna try out a couple changes before I play more matches. I saw the Mox Forge like spice thing that he's doing right now. I saw someone had submitted a pirate deck playing Flickers, and Flicker being a sorcery isn't nearly as good with the pirates and the Exalted Angel and the Triskelion as Liberate is, but it's actually there's a couple situations that I think are relevant enough where it's actually better. So I'm trying one of each right now. So I kept in the one Liberate, but I cut the Mask of the Mimic for a Flicker. Mask of the Mimic requires that I have two creatures in play, which can be a little bit difficult for this deck. But the benefits of Flicker over Liberate, the places where Flicker is a little better, are resetting Tangle Wires. So exile target non-token permanent and return it to the battlefield. So it comes back immediately. So I can do that with my Tangle Wires. It might have one counter on it. I reset it to 4. That's nice. That's relevant sometimes. It doesn't have instant speed, so it can't rescue one of my creatures. It can't surprise my opponent. Another place where it's better is killing a Dreadnought. So if my opponent is tapped out for whatever reason, or just doesn't have one of the enablers in hand, I can flicker their Dreadnought and it comes back and they will lose. They'll lose a Dreadnought because they either don't have the mana or they don't have the enabler. So yeah, I'm playing that over the Mask of the Mimic, which can be a little bit narrow. Also, I cut a Hoodwink. You'll notice I'm only down to 1, or I'm only playing one now. For a monkey cage, I've been loving this card. It's really nice with all these big creatures that I have. Brishiden Footpads, Brigands, Angels, Triskelion, especially the Triskelion. Because when the monkey cage is triggered, I get X 2/2 green monkey tokens, where X is that creature's mana value. So if I just have a monkey cage in play, whether I tinker for it or whatever, just cast it, and then I cast one of the pirates, even the small one, I'm gonna get the pirate itself plus 4 tokens. That's great. That's 10 power. I'll take it. And it's something that I can tinker for. Also, imagine a turn where I tinker into Monkey Cage and then tinker again into Triskelion. That's 12 2/2s plus the 12 power, 6 2/2s plus the Triskelion. Also, if I have Monkey Cage in play and then I flicker or liberate one of my creatures, comes back. So there's a lot of ways to trigger Monkey Cage for big value. So, yeah, I am looking forward to that. I did it in paper recently. There aren't 2/2 monkey tokens, like in paper. The Wizards never printed them. So I ordered some off of Etsy, and yeah, looking forward to using them in paper. There was an issue with recording the first game of this match against Burn, but here's game 2. Okay, against Burn, I didn't see Grim Lavamancer. It's still a possibility. I don't know. I kind of Curse Totem turns off my Triskelion, which matters. They showed us Sulfuric Vortex, so I'll bring in Disenchants, I guess. Yeah, because they might also have like Cursed Scroll, which is annoying. But yeah, I don't want to go crazy with the worrying about Grim Lavamancers. Nova Cleric is a little blocker, trades with Jackal Pup. Yeah, let's start with the Black Vices. Taking these out definitely makes Tinker way worse. Tinker also getting Red Blasted would suck, so let's take out one of those. This might not be a monkey cage situation. Actually, rather take that out. Get that out. Maybe let's get these furnaces in case they are doing Grim Lavamancer. And I'll bring in the Cursed Totem and I'll just sack it to a Tinker if need be. It's just, I want to bring in these little ones, little artifacts, since I'm taking out so many other artifacts, so that Tinker can actually have anything to hit. 5-drop that doesn't block, that also trades horribly with Pyroblast. I'll take it out. Okay, we'll try this. Mox Diamond, chill on the play. 2 lands also. Careful what you wish for. Okay, mana stuff. Painful blue, but it's my colors. Ooh, the Wasteland. Well, I want to be porting next turn, but I can't risk my Adakar wastes getting wasted. Kind of back where we were. There's a pain-free. Back where we were last game. Taking 2. They do have their land. It's not a wasteland. Goblin Cadets. Interesting. Whenever it blocks or becomes blocked, target opponent gains control of it. Ooh, there's the chill. I think even more important than... It's close. Do I put a pirate out because it does start blocking? No, it's hard to argue with chill. It doesn't really matter which one I do as long as the blue comes from that. Okay, I just hope they don't have a land into Pyroblast. Okay, it's okay. They're taking out my pain-free. That means nothing's being cast. But I am going to be taking some damage here. Okay, that's nice. Now I can actually... Oh, they can just pay. Maybe I will actually just go to their turn, because I don't want to play the pirate taking 2 just to have it sit there. Let's do this. Tangle Wire. Wish I had not played Ancient Tomb though. Big time. Big time, yeah. Took 2 damage unnecessarily. Wasteland, okay. Hit the port. Alright. Maybe if I draw a 1-drop that I can... If I draw a 1-drop, I'll actually be happy that I played out the Ancient Tomb, because that means if I had played out the Adakar Wastes, I would have Tomb in hand. So let's see, am I gonna get a Swords here? No. Let's play out the one they know about. When they waste me, it makes me think they have more and more mana in hand, so they're not worried about keeping mana up on their side. Yeah, they just played a land, but at least the pirate can get to work here. Okay, and then next turn I can do the big pirate. Take 2, but I finally got a blocker. And I'm 1 even colorless mana away from hard casting an Exalted Angel if I draw that, but no need to be wishing for that. Okay, we killed a creature and have a blocker. That tells me they don't have any lands left in hand, otherwise they would keep sacking lands. Okay, yeah, they're tapping down the pub. Okay, and they didn't play a land. Took out the black vices. Now I'm kind of wishing I had kept them in. Maybe I should have left in just like 1 or something. I don't need that. I'm gonna hang on to that for if I draw a black vice. Taking damage, but killing stuff and getting a clock. So I'm doing this before combat because if they sack the pup, I'll feel better about swinging with the Rishadan footpad. If they sack a land, which I doubt they will, then I want to hold back Rishadan footpad because Brigand, the big flyer, can only block other flyers. So footpad's the only thing I have that blocks pup at the moment. Okay, they sack the pup. I feel good about swinging. And even if I'm holding back Brigand going forward, they are on a 6-turn clock. Okay, they didn't play anything. And now I can start porting, although there's that. Am I worried about Fire Blast? Yes. I don't really want to tap that Ancient Tomb if I don't have to. So I would rather have a different colorless source before I play this Exalted Angel. Now, do I want to just morph it and forego porting them? They're only going to be able to hit me with 1 spell. And then next turn, it would be a lot of damage. I think maybe I should do it before they wiggle out of this. And I'm not going to go to Fire Blast range because, yeah, that is an unnecessary risk. They're kind of just stuck to 1 spell a turn because of the chill. So, yeah. Even if I don't flip the angel, this is a 2-turn clock. Okay, yeah, they're bolting that. They just want to play it safe. All good. Triskelion. Interesting. I was hoping for a tinker there. Triskellion's super tricky. I think I port here. And then next turn, after I swing, they'll be at 3, and then I can play Trike and just ping them. I wish I had a swords, so then I could swords one of my own creatures if need be. Okay, we got there. Vice on the draw seems worse. And I feel like that was a weird situation that I actually wanted the Black Vice. I don't think that's going to happen much. I have to find chill. Still haven't seen any graveyard stuff. So maybe Black Vice is better than these furnaces. I still kind of want Tinker. Okay, they just conceded. I guess they probably had to go. See if I can find another match. Okay, Black Vice into port is pretty into orb. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the draw, so all that's a little worse, but if I find land, I'll feel good. It's also, this might be a game where I can test out Flicker. Winter Orb is definitely potentially on the chopping block. Okay, green decks are my nemesis. He mulled once. Whoa. Thought I was about to pass through. Green decks are my nemesis, but he did not have a mana dork, so. Wall, also nemesis, because it makes mana, it blocks, it taps to Tangle Wire. Okay, land is good. I'm not gonna orb. It hurts me more than it hurts them. Either way, either way they would have 1 land tapped and 1 land untapped. So, might as well just port for now. Blue, is this the opposition, survival opposition? Oh. It's like a Ponza. Blue-green Ponza. Interesting. Okay, now maybe I do order. Because I'm gonna get 2 of their lands. Wow. I am drawing the high end of my curve. This is still great for them, because they're still gonna have a land on tap, wall roots. This is where I need Curse Totem big time. Oof. Yeah, if I don't top deck a land, I'm probably gonna concede, because all 5 cards in my hand are blanks. And they're going to be able to pay for the pirates anyways. Okay, we got a land. Might as well keep going. Still not a good situation for me. I would need like an Ancient Tomb next turn. And then Orb is going to be an issue for myself. So this is definitely a matchup where Triskelion is gonna be big. So if I get Tinker, Triskelion, and then Flicker it, there's hope there. Let's untap this in case we get a swords. They didn't swing or have a land drop. Swords. Yeah, it's worth it to keep playing. I guess that's about it. They're making some mana, naturalizing Winter Orb. Thank you. Never seen that version of naturalize. It's just a huge Brontosaurus, Brachiosaurus stepping on a sword. Cool. Oof. Okay, land down. Holy mackerel. Yeah. Blanks. 6 blanks in my hand. That's the risk you play when you have like a crazy high curve that this deck has. Okay, hibernation. I feel like they have Mox Diamonds. I didn't see any. Do I bring in? No, I don't think I'm gonna bring in Disenchant. I'm just gonna let the Flicker and the Hoodwink deal with Mox Diamonds. So I'm bringing in hibernation, Cursed Totem. Is that it? The one divert that I used to have in here, I would love to see it. I'm gonna take out Winter Orb. Even though they naturalize it, it's so much. I mean, they are killing my lands, but I don't like it. They have mana dorks. It is nice in conjunction with Triskelion or Cursed Totem. Icy Manipulator doesn't seem as good. Maybe they're on Terrorvore. Have to watch out for that. Monkey Cage, definitely hard to pull off here without it just being. They just play like an elf, and then I get one monkey. But yeah, Salted Angel's a lot of work. Hard to get paid for that. Take out a Nova Cleric too. It does kill an oath, but we'll see. Or survival. Sorry, not oath. Yeah, they're not going to be oathing. They could be survival. And they definitely could be oppositioning. Propositioning. Uh, a lot of lands against land destruction. Angel is kind of good. Against blue green, they have bounce effects, but that's about it. Okay, I'm not going to pretend that I have island. I'm just going to play around Wasteland. Although, I don't need to play around with Wasteland. So yeah, I have a lot of lands. Might be decent against the land destruction deck. Don't need another ancient tomb. I'm gonna port, morph, and unmorph. That's the plan. Definitely have to worry about survival into Gilded Drake. Wasteland, whatever. Cursed Totem off the top? A non-land? Even though I don't have 2 white next turn, I'm actually just gonna do this. It does feel like they might play opposition as like top end land destruction. I like this idea. Blue, green, Ponza. What else would blue have? Sunder? No. Okay, that's totally fine. Let's skip through. Okay, I could tomb here. That's pretty good. Or sorry, yeah, tomb into Tanglewire. And then I kind of like this. I will tap everything but the angel, and then I'll play Out of Card Wastes. Swords, one of their birds. They'll have to re-tap everything, even if they play just a normal land here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, they're gonna have 1 mana free, but then on mine next turn, I'll have the 2 white and tomb to get this angel going. But yeah, opposition would be brutal. They also have 3 chump blockers for the angel, so my clock is slow. Another land. Don't need that. Okay, 3 lands in hand. Too many. Too many. No more. What are they gonna do? Pass through. Okay. And I have exactly what I need here. Yeah, they're also in Black Vice territory. Let's do this one. Whatever. I'm gonna lose 4 life to flip it and then gain 4. So okay, we're at 10. I think they've missed 1 land drop. Doesn't matter. They're not gonna miss next turns. Thermokarst, please. Thermokarst, I would love that. Non-flying wall, not so bad. They do potentially have white mana, so I gotta. Swords would suck. They have 6 cards in hand, so this Black Vice is now gonna hit. Triskelion? Ooh, that does nothing. I'll play Gemstone. I'll play Black Vice. Actually, I'm gonna swing first. I don't know whether the Black Vice would influence their decision to chump block or not, but might as well play fundamentally sound. Now the Black Vice. They're only tapping 1 permanent here, so I could see them kind of emptying their hand. And I want Black Vice to resolve first, so if they tap out to get some instants out before taking damage to it, then they will have to tangle whatever mana they have left. Okay, so yeah, I'm not hitting F6 because I want to hold up Liberate in case it gets swords. They play back out the Yavimaya Coast that we knew about. This is opposition. No, they're not making blue mana. Natural Order. Do they have something that can block this flyer? It's not, you know. Oh yeah, they can chump. They can chump and then swing for 7 life gain. So, yeah. Imagine if I had a. Oh, actually, that's great because I'll swing, then I'll Monkey Cage. I will liberate the Angel, and it comes back in, and I get 6/2/2s. Kind of fun. Jump. Okay. I already have 6 mana in play. I need 7 to do this play, so. Boom. Both tombs, and this. This is nice because I can block the heck out of that, or I think I just should take the damage and swing back with 6 monkeys. And while I'm still in the main, I'm gonna flicker this because I want the angel to come back right now. Oh, also I'm really excited because in real life there are no 2/2 monkey or ape tokens. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know what tokens we're gonna get because they don't exist in paper. I was just chatting with an opponent who was saying, "Wow." Okay, they're getting the Mercadian Mask symbol. Yeah, okay, those don't exist in paper. I would love to have them. I just bought some cool ones on Etsy. And they're taking 1 from Black Vice. Exciting stuff. Yeah, tinkering for. I'm gonna let that go through. Tinkering for Triskelion also would have done it because the 1 card they had in hand brought them to 3, and then Triskelion would ping, ping, ping for the remaining life points. But, alright, what do we have here? Land destruction. What did you have? Natural Order for Verdant Force? Natural Order. Another Neshoba? That wouldn't do it. Verdant Force, so you're gonna have 2 blockers. That means 4 monkeys are getting through. That's 8 plus the 4 in the air. 12. They're gonna be dead. Saproline. Wonder what this art is from. If it's from a card or something. I definitely like their deck. Mana Dorks, Mana Denial, Natural Order. Do I do anything different? I don't see graveyard shenaniganery. I don't see enchantments or artifacts. Angel was pretty good. I'm gonna bring in this angel. I don't think Nova Cleric does anything. I took out Mask of the Mimic, by the way, to bring in the Flicker. And I think you saw I took out the Hoodwink to get the 3rd Tinker. Winter Orb. Still. Yeah, Natural Order, especially if they sack a Dork. I still haven't seen Tinker for Triskelion. And I still haven't seen Cursed Totem. No lands. Lands? Yeah. Definitely afraid of. Yeah. Oof. Afraid of Mana Denial here. One of my lands is gonna kill itself. But I'm gonna put back the biggest one. Hope to buy a lot of time with swords, Tangle Wire. Okay, that's nice. It's really nice. I don't think they have a forest, otherwise they would have played it over, yeah, my coast. Okay, Wasteland? Please, please Wasteland me. Great. Winter Orb right now? I'd rather get Port going. Don't love that draw. Oosh. There, we're going to a turn here. This is weird. I feel like they're gonna Wasteland now. I don't know. Yeah, took out the big one. 6 drop and 4 drop in hand with only 2 lands, and one of them is a layer land, so that's gonna suck. Okay, that's a great draw. I really don't want to get Wastelanded now. Please, I hope they just play like a Wall of Roots or something. Or yeah, they can't even play Wall of Roots, but okay, no land drop. Awesome. Oh yeah, I'm still having to tap out everything here. So unless I get an Ancient Tomb, we're still a turn away from resolving Cursed Totem. Ah, another 6 drop. That sucks. Both of them. No land drop? They found their land. Okay. Yep. So once I get Cursed Totem out, and then I start dropping pirates, they're likely just going to sack the creatures that they can no longer use anyway. Interesting. Let's do both. I'm gonna do both of these. Really cut them off mana. Really wish I had a Mox Diamond here though. Okay, hope they miss another land drop. Interesting that they untap their painful land. I understand they want to be able to hold up blue, but I wonder if they have any small blue spells. Let's untap this. Dang. Okay, can't do anything. They are a turn away from natural ordering, and then Verdant Force goes crazy. So I'm gonna tap Ancient Tomb so that if I get a land, I can play a pirate, and hopefully that slows them down. Like if they just pay for it. Ugh. Shoot. Dang, natural order here, and I'm dead. Super dead. I'm not even finding the swords. I did find the swords actually. Opening hand. Natural order. Verdant Force. Well, I mean, anything. Okay. Pretty good when the game is stalled, yeah. No. Yes, my curve is high, but this is a little bit. Two games in this match being this high of a curve drawn is not normal. I could have played a pirate, but I don't know what I'm playing towards. Just play a pirate. I should have played a pirate last turn. I'm dead. The monkeys would have been cool. Alright, let's keep going. On the play. One land. It is a black vice, but still, this is better. This is better. If they're like Enchantress or Replenish, I don't need swords. If they're basically everything else, couple combo decks. Couple combo decks, so yeah, I don't need swords. So this hand is good. I'll put away the 5-drop. There's no guarantee I'm casting it anytime soon, anyways. Let's just play this out. I don't have port, so. No. Oh. Okay. The red blue prison artifact like Welder Tinker deck has been everywhere lately, and it is very good against my deck. Yeah, I'm just gonna like not do anything until turn 4, unless they play out Welder. I look like white blue standstill or replenish right now. Just play Welder. Play Welder. They could also tinker for something right now. Yep, tinker. Ancient Tomb would be sweet. Oh no, it wouldn't. And yikes. What is that? So they're tapping everything, but they have City in hand. This is a very, very, very rough matchup. I wish Karn, the Great Creator, was legal. Okay, Welder, you can do something. Love it. Oh yeah, all of them. I guess I'll just hold up swords for another Welder. Winter Orb would be devastating here. Dang, they're running Sable's Web and Port. Ooh, double sphere. They have so much mana. I am drawing lands, but holy mackerel. Just do what I can, pray they don't Sable's Web or yeah, I mean, or Winter Orb. Sable's Web or Winter Orb would punish my porting there. I'm pretty another Tangle Wire, I'm so dead. My city's gonna be painful. Yeah, I mean that's a spell, but I can't cast it because I have 2 spheres out. I was looking at these lists lately, and oh, okay, I'm getting ported right there. Good. And I noticed that they all seem to run 3 spheres. So, and yeah, they have Tangle Wires and spheres that they're tapping to their Tangle Wires, leaving up Threatening Dynamo and all their lands. So the spheres, or sorry, the Tangle Wires are not bothering them at all. The spheres aren't either. This deck does a really good job of breaking parity with their prison pieces. Smokestack would wreck me. Tinkering away Tangle Wire for Winter Orb. I'm dead. GG. To win this matchup, no idea. To get really lucky. Extremely lucky. On the play I have to get lucky. On the draw, I don't know how I would ever do it. Don't need Nova Cleric. Do I worry about Welder? Yeah. Welder also annihilates Mox Diamond. Swords is there for Mox Diamond. It's also there for Karn. They play the Karn that can animate artifacts, which can kill Mox Diamond. Do I worry about Chill? Not really. They don't have that many red cards. None of these other things are good. Oh, Instead of Curse Totem that's got some self-hate for me, I'm going to bring Infection Furnace, which I can cycle in a pinch, and it also stops Welder without stopping Triskelion. So I've taken out the Nova Clerics. I'm bringing in 4. I honestly have a lot of answers to Welder. It makes me want to just take out 2 swords. I'm going to take out Winter Orb actually over for one of the swords. Another card I was thinking about for this deck was Clone. Clone would be kind of fun, either if my opponent lands a 12/12 or a Terravore, or if I just want to clone Triskelion or a Pirate or an Angel. It's pretty good. Icy Manipulator can be helpful in this matchup, tapping down Winter Orb. I don't know. Tapping down a land. Gonna need miracle draws here. Black Vice is solid. Black Vice in the port is pretty good. Although they are mulliganing. Every time I get a turn on Black Vice, my opponent mulligans. Okay. Boom. No play is good. Love that. I can port them. Huge. Let let Black Vice resolve. Okay. Hey, I'm getting close to briganding them. Play Furnace of my own. And that Ancient Tomb's gonna hurt them for a while. If they use it. In fact, I maybe should be porting the port. But I'm just trying to cut them off mana as much as I can while I can. They're already wiggling out. City of Traders is probably what I want to hit. Let's get the fastest clock going I can. They can also pay for a footpad, but they can't for brigands. So they're already out of Black Vice range. They can just sack Furnace to this or something. No pain. Yeah. Drain Dynamo. Mishra's Helix. They tapped out for that. Sometimes when I'm playing Furnace, you don't want to clear the graveyards altogether. Here I don't mind because I know I'm about to put another thing in their yard. Do I play this land knowing it'll just get tapped? That's a second main phase problem. If they have Winter or trouble. So let's start with this. Actually, I am gonna do it because I want to port them. And I have a 2-turn clock, and I'm gonna port their City of Traders. They can Mishra's Helix the heck out of me, but if they do that, I'm just swinging. Alright, they sacked Ancient Tomb. Black Vice resolves. Tap the most mana I can. And yeah, let's go to turn. Or F6. I'm gonna switch that F6 to F0, see where they're at in their end step. Because I want a Furnace, probably. Yeah, okay. So they can do tap 6 lands, I only have 5, so yeah. Doesn't really bother me, I'm just gonna swing. Yup, let's cycle this Furnace. Tapping this. Maybe I'll draw a Hoodwink or something. Oh, there's, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, they should, they exiled my Furnace, they should have exiled the thing that I targeted, because that would have fizzled my Furnace. I just drew a land, so I am going, they're, yeah, okay. They don't have a land that can even port. I was going to port their Richard and port. Should have actually done that first. That would have forced them to crack their Furnace, and then in response, I could have furnace whatever they furnace to fizzle their draw. Yep, that's what I should have done. Drew a port. Yeah, I should have played the port. Okay. Okay, 1-turn clock here. Gonna F0 again. Just pass to the end step. Okay, they're drawing cards. That's a good sign. What could they get here? They could get Karn and then animate Mishra's Helix to block. Winter Orb doesn't bother me. The Helix Orb combo is definitely a rock solid prison. But I'm just gonna win in combat, right? What are they doing? Yeah, okay. Got lucky. Have to get. I can't even imagine how I'd win game 3. Like they'd have to. It has to be a crazy bad draw for them. Insanely bad. This is all about fine. Yeah. Wishing I had that hoodwink that I cut. All good. If I can pull off a tinker into a monkey cage and then a tinker into a Triskelion, make 6 monkeys, that would be pretty good. Definitely pyroclasmable. Okay, 1 land, 1 moss diamond, 3 6 drops. Not even close to a keep. Yeah. Okay. Mana Denial. Black Vice. Uh, Provide the City Brass. They multi 5. Again. Every time I have the Black Vice. Yeah, they're at 3. Hate that. I wonder how many lands they play. Probably a lot. And they already are up on mana, so Wasteland's not nearly as good. But I just like don't want them to get off the ground. Is their only other land Crosis's Catacomb? That's crazy. Oh, they did mole a lot. Yeah, maybe that was their only land. Or their only other land was the lair land. Crosis's Catacomb. Okay. That's the benefit of having your opponent mole. Your Black Vice isn't as good, but Wasteland's way better. Alright.